Every shadow holds a story. Every story hides a haunting truth. If it chills, bewilders, or keeps you up at night, you'll find it here. Step into the darkness with us and dare to listen to the Ghost Encounters podcast. Welcome back, all you spooky people, to the Ghost Encounters podcast. I am paranormal investigator Justin Torok.
And I'm Jordan, the group scientist.
I'm Hannah, your death-obsessed bestie.
Welcome back, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Are you asking us?
I'm tired.
I mean, everybody in general. But you're the only ones that can actually, respond to me,
in real time?
I am tired of life in general.
Poor Jordan.
I need a break.
Oh, my God.
Although you were just in Savannah.
Yeah, I just got back from...
Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta. I was just on vacation and I came back and it's just making me more exhausted. I just want to go back to vacation.
But tell the viewers some of the stuff that you did. I mean, some of them might be fans of a certain TV show that you saw stuff at. So
we went to Atlanta to see the aquarium, obviously, and then that's the only reason why I would go to Atlanta. And then we went to Covington, Georgia, where Dukes of Hazzard was filmed, Steel Magnolias was filmed, and Vampire Diaries was filmed.
Oh,
so we got to. It was really cool because you got to walk around the square and with a blood bag in your hand. I was like, I'm a vampire!
Filled with what?
There was Bloody Mary and then there was different
wines
drinks.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I want to walk around with a blood bag.
Yeah, Paige did. I have pictures of it.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good.
Planning wedding stuff?
Yeah, I'm planning my wedding.
Your engagement photos were so hauntingly beautiful.
I love that.
Thank you.
Just enchantingly morbid.
Thank you. We took a bunch of them. Honestly, the most cursed ones were the ones where, I don't know, the photographer we used she was so great, but I think she likes being more of a maternity photographer. So some of the poses she had us do, it was okay, CJ, stand behind her and you put your hands on her belly. I'm I'm not secretly pregnant. I am just fat, believe it or not.
Oh my God, you are not
These
fat.
will be not making it onto the 30 final images I get to choose. And I will think of them again in my darkest moments. Thank you. No, but they turned out great. I love them. We went to
they really did.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. We went to the cemetery. So eventually my parents have to hang these in their house and I torture them a little bit.
Yep. Just to prove to people that we are spooky every single day of our lives, her engagement photos were in a cemetery.
Yeah,
which is so badass. That's so badass.
It was great. CJ's in this red and black fringy cowboy shirt with Satan heads on.
Yeah, I saw the Satan heads.
They were from a site that I was scrolling Instagram and I found this fucking cowboy shirt and I was like, we need it. So I bought it and I was like, CJ, this is what you're gonna wear for photos, and he was like, okay. He didn't even fight me on it.
No, of course
he didn't even fight me on it. It's
I'm sure he liked the pic too.
Yeah, he did. He fucking liked it. He was into it. He wanted to be a satanic cowboy. But
who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to be a satanic cowboy?
I would love to be a satanic cowboy.
But my mom's very Catholic, and I was like, so Mom, this is what we did. And she just laughs at me.
Nothing she can do now.
No.
She knows you are who you are.
You made me. You made me this.
Good.
Even if you didn't mean to, you made me this.
And I'm doing great. My new business is absolutely flourishing, which is fantastic. So happy about that. And let us know how you all are doing. Sorry this one came out a little late. We're going to try to get on top of our A game here. Jordan, I know your birthday's coming up,
Sorry, I'm yawning.
too.
Sorry, I just yawned so obnoxiously.
You are fine. All right, let's just take a quick break right there.
My birthday is coming up.
It is. March 5th.
I just realized next week's my freaking birthday.
It is, and we're having an emo party.
Emo party! Emo is not dead, people. Emo is not dead.
Well, not with us.
Not with us, no.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we get right back, we're going to get into this very cool episode. Buckle up, everybody, because on this episode, we are taking a ride into the supernatural. Some cars are more than just metal and wheels. They come with chilling histories, ghostly passengers, and curses that refuse to die. Are these just eerie coincidences? Or is there something darker fueling these spectral rides? Join us as we hit the gas and drive straight into the world of haunted cars. Caution. Spirits in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's right up there with like road work ahead. I sure hope it does. It's millennial.
Oh, the dad
humor.
jokes.
Millennial humor.
I'm actually surprised we didn't do this episode sooner because Jordan, like, I remember back in the day you were such a car girl.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No.
Oh
way.
my god, yeah. She could like see a car for a second or hear it, and she's just like, "Oh, I know what that is."
Yeah, we were just watching actually a movie, and my sister was like, "You know, I'm surprised you aren't talking about the cars." I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it." It was like a Nissan Silvia at the one part, and like everything like that. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, "Is that a fucking McLaren? Like, really? In this fucking movie? Like, with kids? Like, why is there a McLaren in this kid
You
movie?"
beat my dad before at naming a car that he didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a Nissan GTR.
Yes, it was.
Because he's like, what's the car with a red in the symbol, like a R in the symbol of it?
I was like, I know who knows the answer. So I called up Jordan. I said it, and like almost before I finished the sentence, she's like, "Oh, that's a Nissan GTR."
It's like one of my favorite cars.
He's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Dad, trust her, it is." And he went home, looked it up. He goes, "She's right. Marry her." But we're just best friends. I'm
Yep.
gay. She has a fiance.
Yep. And here we are on a spooky podcast.
And here we are.
What's the kind of a car that has it? There's like, oof. I don't know a fucking thing about cars, but there's like on the one side of the logo, there's like a little green squiggle, which might be a dragon, and on the other side, there's like a red thing.
It's like a snake. It's an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's because I was driving in front of one, and it was really, really close to my back.
You don't see too many of those.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
No, and
unless
I
it's-
personally, I don't think they're very good-looking cars.
There you go. Stay away from my back bumper.
Stay away from my back bumper.
But anyway, how about Jordan? Let's jump into your first story since you are the car girl.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest. My notes are very vague and very short. I stumbled upon a list of like 10 cars, like haunted car stories, and I thought the one that said "Jumping Car of Cape Town" was pretty interesting.
Jumping car of Cape Town.
Yeah.
I'm literally pitching cartoon car, like the wheels are coming. And the
That's
cars
literally
are...
what I imagined.
Yeah.
So, one quiet night in Cape Town, South Africa in 2004, a family was asleep after hosting a dinner party for some friends. They were awoken in the dead of the night to a sound of a car engine roaring to life, fearing that their car, which I didn't know what the hell it was when the guy said it, because the story I listened to was of a French guy, and he said it super fast.
Oh, okay.
It's the car that has the diamond, if you've ever seen it.
I have not.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to say it. I'm sorry to any French listeners. The way I have it pronounced on the paper is a Renault Megane.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Renault.
because it's not Renault. They told me specifically not to say Renault. So yeah, they were worried that their family car was being stolen. So they rushed to the driveway to find that there were no intruders, but something much more unexplainable was going on. The car was jumping
What?
while it was turned off and completely empty. Like, apparently they said that it was like bouncing backwards.
Weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Like revving, kind of like you.
Well, yeah. So So after inspecting the vehicle, they found no keys in the ignition and the handbrake was engaged. The family immediately phoned the police. Upon their arrival, the police were like, "Oh my god, this is just a freaking joke. Like, there's no way that this is happening. You guys are freaking full of shit. What kind of drugs did you take?" Until the car came back to life and was like jumping again, and apparently it like jumped back into a tree, like right in front of the cops.
Well,
So 9 people, including the 2 police officers, witnessed the car start and jump, but the car manufacturer company remained certain it was just a faulty starter motor, which some sources said a rusty starter cable that caused the spooky occurrence. But there are a few guesses as to what caused the revving, one of them being a possession or haunting, possibly even a ghost, as if someone or something had their foot on the accelerator. That would be my guess. Like, how the fuck is the car starting and jumping around? Like, something clearly is going on.
I mean, if that was an actual thing, I feel like we would have heard another story about this. But
Yeah, like, I didn't even know the car brand, so this must have been like a once-in kind of done situation.
I would think.
So yeah, even if the rusty cable, like, explains why the car started on its own, it doesn't explain the revving of the engine. So for this reason, many still believe this to be the case of a ghost inhabiting the car, making it do its bidding, all that fancy shit. But hey, nothing's wrong with a little afterlife cruise.
Yeah, of course.
I hope that's what I do, but I want to be in Tokyo. They got some cool cars out there.
Tokyo Drift?
Yep, Tokyo Drift.
I don't even know what to say. I mean...
Yeah.
The car was literally jumping backwards.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that happened.
Yeah. And that's the extent to the story. Like, when you go to research it, like, because I tried to just, like, see if I could find a site or, like, a reference that had just that story, and they don't. It's always a part of a list. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot on it, just that.
To be honest, most of the haunted cars stuff, like, there's really not that much story on it. Probably because as soon as someone realizes a car is haunted, they just fucking get rid of the damn thing.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to put this in a museum and we're not going to touch it. Nobody's going to drive
Which
it.
is not the case for my story. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's interesting. There's noted haunted cars, but there's just not much info.
Yeah.
Not much stories on it.
I just like this one because...
Show me the car facts.
Yeah.
Show me the ghost facts.
Show me the car facts. I thought it was funny because it said it was jumping. And I was like, what do they mean jumping? So I had to read it. So that's why I decided to share that one.
That's weird.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Weird.
I can dig it.
We just opened with a really strange... usually it's Hannah that has the strange ones.
I know.
And now you picked the strange one.
Took the thunder this round.
That's okay.
All right, well, let's take a break. We'll be right back. And then, Hannah, you're up next.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Hannah, you're up next. What car are we getting into with you?
Okay, so everybody's like, "Oh, Hannah's gonna do Christine." I know. I asked who it was, so not to single anybody out, but I'm like, I fucking knew it was Justin.
Of course, it was me.
Well, I don't know what the fuck Christine means.
Really?
No.
That's the Stephen King. It's the
I don't know
Stephen King
anything about
novel.
Stephen King.
It's the one about the haunted car, and everybody shits on that one because the concept is fucking stupid. But it's a good book.
I'm
Well,
terrible.
you know what?
I don't know anything.
Two things.
Okay.
I wrote that on the notes for you. Because I thought when I was going back through the group chat, I thought you said you would do Christine.
I thought you did too.
I said I was not doing Christine.
I did not see the word not.
Did I bring it up? Probably. Is that what I did? That is not what I did.
To anyone who thinks Christine is horseshit, my story is going to be about the car that's based off of Christine.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And it's wild.
Okay. I'm excited to hear
I was
that.
fully expecting you to do the Stephen King one.
No, I didn't do that.
So
I don't
when
like-
you see when you see my notes, I'm gonna bring you in for something. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah,
I'm
go
looking for this text message because I refuse to believe that she said,
No.
and
not?
I can talk about Christine.
Oh.
Exclamation.
See, okay, so I wanted
I-
to talk
We
about
proved
it.
you
I was
wrong.
not wrong.
No. Okay, I was just misunderstood. Because
Mic drop. Bitch.
I can
Don't
show.
drop
Okay,
these.
okay.
No, I dropped my cell phone as
I had to bring it up, but it's not what I wanted to do because I think sports cars are boring.
Well, that's not very nice.
But also, that's my first crappy hot take of the episode. Sports cars are boring. My second crappy hot take of the episode is that Christine was good. The book was good at any rate. And I don't know. If you disagree with me and you have read the book, then, be mean to me in the comments. down
Slide in her
below.
Yeah, give us
DMs
some
to
comments.
bitch her,
Give
bitch her
her
out.
some hate mail comments about how much you hate that that book, that story,
Whatever. Hate on
or if you agree with her, give her some nice comments because Hannah deserves it.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
All right, but what car are we getting into with you?
I chose the story of Archduke Franz Ferdinand's cursed Graf and Stift double phaeton limousine.
What?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's literally so many words.
It's a lot of words. But if you recognize the name Archduke Franz Ferdinand, if it's familiar to you, it is because his assassination at the hands of a Serbian nationalist was the spark that ignited World War I.
Oh, okay.
And this is the car that he was assassinated in,
That's probably the only question I ever got right on a history quiz in my whole life.
right? It's one of those things.
Because that's you just know that.
Yep.
His assassination caused a fucking war.
People know that.
I completely forgot about that.
That's
No
the only thing I remember
way.
from history.
Forgot.
I'm terrible.
That's the only reason that I picked this. I was like, oh, I know who that guy is. But the car itself was a Graf and Stift double phaeton manufactured by an Austrian luxury car company. I don't know very much about cars, so pardon me. But
So pardon me.
I don't know anything about cars except don't hit a bus with them.
That's
sorry,
funny.
CJ.
Poor CJ.
I don't know if the audience knows the story, but like, just like, I don't want to sidetrack, but long story, very, very short, is that CJ, her fiance, did rear-end a bus full of kids.
He totaled his car by rear-ending a school bus full of children.
I love what you said. He hit a bus full of kids.
There were kids. The kids were all screaming and memeing about it. They were like taking his photo and Snapchatting it and shit. It was just fucking cooked.
CJ was canceled in the 9-year-olds' lives.
Okay, anyway, back to
a phaeton.
Ferdinand.
Back to a phaeton. It's a kind of like it's a type of a car. A phaeton is a type of a car, like a sedan is a type of a car. Except a phaeton is kind of like a convertible without windows. So it's an open-topped, kind of like a touring car. You know?
Okay, so if anyone saw The Mummy, I'm picturing the car they drove through the town.
Oh, that might be. I mean, that might be a little bit jeepier, but I haven't seen a photo.
That's just what I'm picturing.
No, it works. It works. It's apt. But a phaeton, it's not really a style of car anymore. It hasn't been manufactured since the 1930s, where open-topped cars stopped being popular and I guess became even less safe.
Sure.
There we go.
Is that the right car?
That looks like, it's like the one from The Mummy when they're driving through the town.
Yeah.
Except this one looks a little
That's
bit
exactly,
older,
yeah.
There you go.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Contemporary. I don't know.
It's like the ones you see at like the 4th of July parade that smell. And they're really loud. And their car horns are like, "Arula." That's exactly how their car horns.
It's a jalopy.
Turn of the century, this was a luxury vehicle. It is... Yeah, it's worth noting also that this bright red open-topped car made Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie, who were riding in it, extra visible and therefore extra vulnerable. This particular car was owned by an Austrian noble and was lent to the Archduke for his day in Sarajevo. The events thereafter are attributed to that ill-fated ride in Sarajevo, if not necessarily also as retribution for the garish, bloody red paint job on the car. So it was very red, and he got killed in it. The story goes that not only were Franz Ferdinand and Sophie both killed that day due to an almost ridiculous series of coincidences, but so was nearly every other subsequent owner of the death car.
Oh, wow.
Yes. On the day of the assassination, which was June 28th, 1914, there had already been an attempt on their lives earlier in the day. There was a bomb that was...
so let's just get in a car that has no fucking...
right.
roof on it and
man.
just cruise through the
Or
town.
don't cancel. Just
Some choices were made.
Bad choices.
So there was originally a bomb. The bomb was meant to kill the Archduke, but instead of exploding in the car, it bounced off of the folded soft top and went backward into the motorcade, where it exploded under a different car, and injured several members of the Imperial entourage. They were sent to the hospital, and later that day, presumably because he felt bad about the whole situation, Franz Ferdinand decided unexpectedly to visit these guys in the hospital, which is, where it goes south from there on out. Due to his unfamiliarity with the new route, the driver of the car took a wrong turn. And in the wildest part of this whole story, it took them all exactly to the spot where the assassin, Gavrilo Princip, was standing, allegedly outside of a deli eating a sandwich. Like, the assassin was on his lunch break, and the driver takes a wrong turn and just fucking pulls up 6 feet away from the guy trying to kill the Archduke. So... Princip, the assassin, didn't have enough space to pull out and arm the second bomb that he was carrying, and he was forced to use his revolver. He fired 2 bullets, one of which hit Sophie in the stomach, and the other of which hit Franz Ferdinand. And granted, he was at point blank range, but they interviewed the guy afterward, and he was like, I just covered my eyes and fired indiscriminately in the direction of the car. and got like these two insane accurate shots. Like
Right.
he got Franz Ferdinand. He was caught in the jugular, and there was nothing anybody could have done to save
Yep,
either
nope.
of them. They were just like immediately dead. Quick sidebar, which is some additional paranormal information. It seems that Franz Ferdinand may have already had some inkling that he may have been headed for an early death. One imperial aide claims that a fortune teller once informed Franz Ferdinand that one day he would let loose a world war. This can neither be confirmed
spooky.
nor
Well,
denied, right?
yeah.
It may be one of those things where, like, in retrospect, you know, people say shit.
But how shitty is that you dodge one assassination attempt.
Assa,
And then-
assa, assa, assa.
Yeah,
all
but then
struggling.
you just drive right past the same guy and then he kills you anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
fucked.
because
That is
the
just-
car is cursed.
That's fucked.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
cursed. It was like, nope. We're eating the rich. Car eats the rich. It's a good guy.
Good guy. Good chow.
Anyway, so he may have been told that he was going to die by a fortune teller. Maybe he wasn't. Widely believed to be sus. It was also reported, however, that Franz Ferdinand had been anxious and depressed in the weeks leading up to his death. This is because Franz Ferdinand was a prolific hunter, and he was like an asshole about it. Not like there's perfectly normal reasons, like if you want to hunt. Like people have totally valid reasons for hunting as a hobby or whatever, but not kind of the way Franz Ferdinand did it. He had like a small army of like servants who would go out and beat the bushes to like root out all the small animals and stuff and all the deer and just drive them all toward him. And he would just like stand in a firing line and just shoot shit.
So you're
and
a cheating hunter.
Yeah, he was a cheaty rich guy hunter, and like his guns would run out of bullets, and he'd have some guy standing next to him. He'd just pass him a new gun, and he'd keep fucking mowing down the woodland critters. This fucking
sad.
I
don't like hunting.
That
so.
is not hunting.
It's just kind of like sick behavior.
That's butchering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
sick. There's
Plain
not like a healthy
killing for
reason
the
to do
enjoyment
that,
of killing.
man.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's if you're doing that shit, you got a problem.
Like, I know that they have hunting season because we have to do population control on deer. Like,
yeah,
I get
the
that.
deer are fucking.
You know, that's a different story, but like purposely being like, hey guys, come out of there.
And the deer
Yeah,
hunters
man.
actually eat the deer meat. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
so-
gonna go fucking kill every squirrel in the
Don't
tri-state
eat deer
area
brains.
for no fucking reason.
Don't
oh
eat the
yeah,
deer
you
brains,
actually shouldn't do that.
because you can get prion disease,
Yeah, man, you get what's it called?
chronic wasting disease.
That's what it is. Yeah, my sister did like.
It's
a
like
project on that.
deer zombie disease.
Yeah,
they
it's
turn
really
into
fucking-
literal
Oh, fuck.
zombies.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
Shit.
And they try to kill them just to put them out of their misery because there's nothing they can do. Their brains are warped.
Yeah, it's not good for you, man.
Yeah,
That's cool. Maybe we need to have an episode on like
weird, strange
craziest diseases.
things. Yeah.
I would do that.
You could do like brain eating amoebas. Okay, we're getting off.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
don't put
Okay.
my brain in this.
Okay. So, he's an asshole about hunting, and he had this like a game book. He would write things down. He would like tally up his kills, and during one day, he wrote down that he had killed over 2,000 small animals. And in his lifetime, he recorded over 200,000 kills in that notebook.
But
I'm just-
cheating kills.
Yeah,
Like,
it fucking sucks. He's a crummy sportsman and probably a crummy guy. Anyway, there was a common Austrian folk belief at the time that a hunter who killed a white stag would either die or lose a family member within a year. And during one marathon hunt in the year of 1914, Franz Ferdinand shot a white stag.
What a
can't shoot a
dick.
white stag.
He did it. He was an indiscriminate hunter. He
Like,
would
there's
just
there's
if it-
cultures
if
that
it
like
moves-
I think it's Native American. So
Oh, yeah.
one of them, it's like
Oh, yeah.
if a white buffalo's like born and stuff like that, it's supposed to mean like
It's like a
certain
god.
things, and yeah, like so like why the fuck would you do that?
Because he's fucking a stupid white guy, man. I don't know.
Fucking
Why did he
idiot.
do anything? His brain was sick and he killed small animals.
I hate him. Sorry, he's
Well,
dead.
he's dead.
Rest in peace. I'm
He's
sorry.
dead.
That was
and
mean.
Fucking his wife got killed too.
That was mean.
Sorry. Okay. The most enduring paranormal legend, however, surrounding the assassination is that of the Graf and Stift death car. and the tendency of its new owners to die under wild-ass Final Destination circumstances.
No.
It seems, unfortunately, that the legend dates only as far back as 1959 in the book Stranger Than Science by Frank Edwards. Edwards was a hack writer who wrote mostly sensational books on a variety of popular paranormal topics, so he was basically an old-timey paranormal podcaster.
Very good.
He was prone to exaggeration and untroubled by outright invention. So he just made shit up. Dude just made shit up. And it was thought that he came up with this story to try and capitalize on a story kind of not unlike the contemporary tale of James Dean and his cursed Porsche Spider, which was popular in the US at the time. And after that, in 1981, the Weekly World News picked up the story of the cursed limousine, claiming that the car was responsible for the deaths of about a dozen people. So we can go through it. I wrote most of them down.
Let's do it.
We'll do it briefly.
Who died?
All right. So, they tell this story through the character of a German museum curator who wouldn't let people climb into the death car because it's dangerous. So far, he relates that the curse has claimed, firstly, the governor of Yugoslavia, who got into 4 car accidents and then lost an arm.
Jeez.
A friend of the governor, who bought the car off him and then was discovered dead on the road in the wreckage of the car. After that, his friend bought the car off him. A doctor bought the car off him, and the doctor's patients all got scared of the death car and departed his practice. So he got rid of the car before it could kill him, I guess. It was then purchased by a wealthy farmer, only for it to break down and kill him and the person who stopped to rescue him. Interestingly, I didn't write this whole thing down because I didn't think it was relevant, but having heard the story of the jumping car, we're bringing it back. The car, the Grafenstift, the car just died randomly out of nowhere on the road while this dude was trying to drive it to market, right? And so he gets out and somebody shows up to give him a tow. While they're towing the car, the engine starts to rev. The car jumps forward, slams into the back of their vehicle, and everything is just flaming death.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
So the car was cursed and it jumped and everybody died.
What the hell?
The last owner of the car decided to repaint it and drive it to his wedding, only to be killed along with 4 of his passengers in a head-on collision on the way to the wedding.
That's
horrible. That's horrible.
And then the story ends right back where we started in the German museum. It has been bombed by the Allies during World War II. However, the car remains, and the curator's hands are still on the steering wheel. So he, got into the car to pretend to drive it, I guess, and called down a bomb upon his head.
Oh my... And the hands were just stuck.
Yep, just hands.
That's wild.
And I'm like, this all totally reads like an episode of Creepshow, doesn't it?
It does.
Like,
It
that's
really does.
the ending shot. You just
Yep.
see the car with the hands, and you got a little, chicken bones sticking out of the fucking wrist and shit.
But that's exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah, because that's it. It just be like that, I guess. There are apparently a couple of wilder versions of this story, some of which involve blood diamonds and a diamond merchant. But I guess I had you guys all going because all of these stories are patently false. It's all fake.
Oh, come on.
It is all fake. Since 1918, the car has been in the military museum in Vienna, but that museum has never been bombed. And the car is there to this day. It's a very popular exhibit, and you can go fucking look at it if you're in Vienna. There's no body damage on the car, which, if you believe the story, it would have been rebuilt 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
There would be damage, there would be bullet holes. And it's not even red. The whole thing started out, the car was blood red. It's black. It's a black car. I guess,
well, what the hell? I really thought it was red.
I know, I did too. And then I was scrolling and I got really confused. Because I bought the story. However, if you want to cling to one little paranormal nugget in this story, the license plate of the car predicts the end of the war. World War I suppose. The license plate, which is confirmed to be the original plate from the car via photo evidence, reads A111118, which stands for... The A is for armistice, and then the 111118 is November 11th, 1918, which is the end of World War, I guess, One.
Interesting.
That is strange, because his death started World War One, and then the date on the license plate literally is the end date.
The end,
That is pretty wild.
It takes it all in a big circle, you know? Very karmic wheel. However, I guess I'm going to tarnish that one too. I'm going to shit on that a little bit. Because, okay, firstly, this is an Austrian car, right? But this only works in the United States where the word is armistice. So the A only works if you're American. And the date that Austria exited the war was like November 4th or something. So it like fucking the extra doesn't work. So...
Well,
I still like it.
I was really excited about
all
this.
for the death car.
Yes.
Everything has been a lie.
Now it's a lie. It's all
a lie. Like, my past 3 stories have all been just, like, fake. They've all been fake. We talked about, like...
Are you enjoying this, getting our hopes up, and then getting our excitement, and then just shitting on it?
This is... where you're just, like, watching me lose my faith real time. It's...
Until you go on one of these paranormal investigations and some weird shit happens.
And then
we got 2 really good ones coming up, and then all of a sudden some wild shit's gonna happen. So,
please. But if there's anything from this mess of sensationalized nonsense, it is the person that wrote the article, like, that I primarily read to do this research. And it was an article from Smithsonian Magazine written by Mike Dash. And he was such a fucking shady bitch, and closes out with the line, "It makes you wonder what that bullet-headed old stag murderer Franz Ferdinand might have made of it if he had any imagination at all."
That's how he ended it? Oh my God.
He just, like, fucking parting shot. He did his research, and then he took a jab at a guy who hunted like an asshole. So he's like, he's a king. We stand a legend, Mike Dash. He was great. He did a good job.
We stand a legend.
Bravo. You wrote this article in 2004 and probably completely forgot about it. But now you're getting a shout out on this podcast.
Well, thanks for wasting my time. No, I'm just like,
It was a good story. It was a good story, though.
Okay, well, it is a good story. And my favorite part was imagining the curator's
of course, that's your
arms,
favorite
hands
part.
still on the wheel. That was
good. It was a good detail.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Too narratively perfect to exist.
We're going to take a break, but when we get back, we're getting in my car, and that one actually has deaths and things tied to it.
There's one!
There's
a real
one.
one.
There
Just
is.
one real one.
There
Mine
is.
was a little happier than this shit.
Well, maybe the car was happy. It was jumping around, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
Happy
having a
little
good
car.
day. And
But this next car is literally has the title attached to it, the most evil car in America.
oh,
So,
hell yeah.
yes. Buckle up.
back.
We'll be right back. And we are back. Did any of you go look up Franz Ferdinand while you were gone just to see who he was? Because I completely forgot from history.
Yeah, I had to look it up.
I had completely forgot.
The card, everything like that. I had an idea, but I wanted to make sure I was right.
Yeah. But let's get into a car. Excuse the hell out of me.
That's a good call.
Well, maybe it's a sign because this car is actually cursed. Maybe it doesn't like me talking
Doesn't
about
want
it.
you to talk.
That wouldn't be the first time that this has happened.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
We talked about a cursed something, and then somebody gets fucking cursed.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I am cursed, so nice try.
I'm gonna start over.
I
Start over.
God damn it. And we are back. And we are going to get into a car that, like I said, has the name of the most evil car in America. Pretty wild.
Yes, indeed.
It has another name. It was called the Golden Eagle. Now, this is the car that Stephen King's Christine is based off of.
Yes. that
Because
is-
the amount of deaths and like weird tragedies associated with this car is pretty bizarre. I mean, millions of people die each year in car accidents and stuff, but this one car has taken anywhere between 12 to like 34 people.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's like the shit that people said about the Franz Ferdinand car.
Yeah. So this car is a 1964 Dodge 330 limited edition, known as the Golden Eagle. this car was painted gold. Now, here's the story of it. This car was bought and started its life as a police cruiser in Old Orchard Beach, Maine in 1964.
Oh my god, of course it was in Maine too.
Now, during its service, 3 officers drove this car. All 3 meant untimely violent ends. They were all involved in murder-suicides.
Oh
geez.
shit.
In a town that has 8,000 people? Small town?
If this was already not a Stephen King, I would be like, that should be a fucking Stephen
Right?
King.
But imagine that. Right when I read that, like, you're in that small of a town of 8,000 people, and the 3 police officers who drove this car, don't know if like they were taking turns driving this car, if it was like one after the other, but still, all 3 do murder suicides.
That's
Yeah, it's kinda weird.
uncanny.
Yeah, very
Like,
strange.
is
Like,
it-
what are the odds of that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can say that like suicides occur in threes, you know, or like suicides more follow just because people get fucking sad. So, I mean, I hate to say that, but
No, shitty shit
But it's
happens
strange.
in threes.
yeah. And
It's
then
the
there's like
truth.
necessarily like a leading by example kind of sort of deal. Like you put the idea in somebody else's head. I don't know. You could explain it that way, or the car's evil.
Listen, I know your story
One or
came
the
out
other.
as false, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that to this one. We're going to have this one is staying morbid
haunted
and
for a
horrifying
reason.
Is
and
Hannah
haunted.
becoming a skeptic? Is Hannah our skeptic on
I
the
might
podcast?
be the skeptic. I'm not trying. I want there to be ghosts.
Okay,
I just
so
lose my faith. every
let's
day.
blow your mind some more. Okay?
Let's do it.
So obviously they couldn't really keep this car anymore. Okay,
True.
So passing the hands of a local resident, Wendy Allen and her family. Now, people of the local church in the area knew about this car, knew about the murder suicides. It already had a bit of a ominous, reputation. So the local church disagreed with keeping this car. So they called it the demon car.
Oh boy.
And so they decided to vandalize it.
That's a
In
terrible
some
idea.
kind of beating type exorcism.
Terrible
Yeah, let's
idea.
vandalize this car and rid the demons of it. Well,
Hang on, wait. Just before we go any further, did anybody else have like a fundraiser at their school where they got like a junker car and everybody beat it with sledgehammers?
no?
Was that something that just happened at my high school?
That did not happen.
Where did you go?
Weren't you at like a Catholic school?
Who gives kids sledgehammers?
Where were you at? Didn't you go to some school, fancy school?
No, I went to Catholic elementary,
Oh.
but I went to like a regular, normal fucking public high school.
Not that
Where?
normal.
I thought it was normal at the time.
Where did you go to school?
Exeter Township Senior High.
What are you guys doing over there?
I don't know.
Who
I don't
gives
know. I
kids
never.
sledgehammers? Let them beat the shit out of a car.
I wish I could have done that shit.
Right?
I had a lot
I
of
was
rage in
like-
high school.
I mean, yeah. That's-
Same. I feel like it's not safe. It's
Anyway.
not
Somebody
safe.
hurt themselves.
Anyway.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
That's weird. Okay. Please comment down below some more hate mail about giving kids sledgehammers being with cars. Or if your school did that, please let us know, because otherwise I think hers is the only one.
Yeah, I've never heard that shit before a day in my life.
Yeah, no.
I was normal until right now, when I was like, maybe that's not normal.
Definitely not normal. Anyway, this church decides to vandalize the car, okay? But it had the opposite effect. According to the Golden Eagles owner, the vandals were all killed quite violently.
Oh my god.
A few were decapitated in
my
an
God.
automobile accident involving an 18-wheeler.
Oh my god.
Another one was struck by fucking lightning.
Oh my god.
Not a lightning strike.
And one more was claimed by another murder-suicide.
What the
Fucking
fuck?
A. You
So
know,
the car was like, you're gonna fuck with me, I'm fucking with you.
I hope that I'm like that
Decapitation.
in my afterlife. That I'm like, if somebody
Vengeful.
fucks with me, oh well. Sucks to suck. Shouldn't have done that.
Now we have more deaths.
Oh,
Hey.
shit.
Reported to blame for the deaths of 2 teens who were hit by another car and
Oh my
landed
God.
on top of the roof of this car.
Oh my
And then
God.
died on top of the roof of this car. Or on the hood. So they literally hit by another car, landed on this car, and then died there.
Jesus
What the
Christ.
heck?
Yes. And then, now we're going to fast forward a little bit. As early as 2007,
Fucking A.
another teen was dared to merely touch the car, which he did. So, just so you know, he fucks around and finds out. Weeks later, he murders his whole
Oh my
family
gosh.
and sets the home ablaze, and no one had any idea why.
What the hell?
No motive. He doesn't even know why. Just decide. He
He got Christine.
That's creepy. It
He
just
did
got
get
cold
Christine.
down here. I'm freaked out now. I'm like looking around.
We know Jordan's not a skeptic.
I'm a believer. I don't fuck around with none of this shit.
But how crazy is that? All of this surrounding
That is
the car,
wild.
Okay?
It's a lot of murders.
Because that family still has that car. Like, they know all this information. Now, let's jump forward a little bit to get closer to our time. In 2010,
Oh my God.
another group of the church, same church that vandalized it, decides to steal the car, has it chopped up, and sends the pieces to different junkyards.
Wow.
But since the owner loved this car so much, she had a lot of supporters. She was apparently, she was a car person. She loved collecting cars. She got the necessary funds. She found most, but not all, most of the car's original parts. They had to replace a few, and then literally rebuilt this fucking car.
Wow.
She claims they target her because the belief that the car is, possessed by a demon, that she believes in the occult, and they went so far as to accuse her of witchcraft and using the car as a tool for casting spells and killing people.
Of course they
Of course the church did, yeah. Although the car is responsible, like I said, from anywhere from 14 to 32 deaths, just this one car. Imagine that. This one car is associated with that many fucking deaths.
That's bananas.
Yeah. Interestingly, so she still drives in the same place. She still lives in Orchard Beach.
Oh, fuck.
She claims the car has never hurt anyone in her family, probably because she takes care of it. I mean, I'm sure the car likes that. Like, the only people that this car has killed are people that it didn't like.
It's
like the
Robert
fucking
the doll.
Cujo.
Yeah.
Robert
Now-
the doll logic.
I think it's because, this next part, I think it's because not all the pieces were brought back, only some. So it's only like, I don't know, 80%,
Oh, yeah, I see what you
80%
mean. Yeah.
haunted.
Yeah.
So the car hasn't tried to kill anyone since, but apparently, while driving down the highway, the car likes to fling the doors open. Now, good thing for seatbelts, right? But apparently the car has figured out how to release those too.
That's
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
But
like,
yeah,
get out,
apparently
bitch.
the doors will just fling open for no reason, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is creepy.
And that is the story behind the car behind Stephen King's Christine.
Wow,
I
that's a
want
good story.
Mike Dash to run a Smithsonian-sponsored expose upon the Golden Eagle. Prove it.
Leave it alone.
Prove it.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
It happened.
No,
It
I
did.
want you to prove it. I'm in a prove it mood today. Prove it, Mike Dash. You can do it.
You better write him an email.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Might have to. But I mean, obviously Stephen King would have known about this because he lives in Maine.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is probably one of
peak
its
Stephen King shit.
Yeah, exactly. And in his time. So yeah.
Yeah, I still stand by. Christine was good. Christine was good. Fight me in the comments.
Fire in the comments. Tell me what you really think.
Yeah, it was grounded in
Give her a
good
piece of your
character
mind.
writing. It was grounded in good character writing. It was a good book. I
All right.
bought it.
Before Hannah starts fucking losing her shit, we're gonna take a quick break.
Flipping fucking tables.
And when we get back, we have a fascinating, really cool, spooky fan story to tell you and show you if you are watching. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If you're loving the Ghost Encounters podcast, be sure to hit subscribe and drop us a 5-star rating. Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ghost Encounters PA. For haunted merch, head over to ghost-encounters.com and check out the spooky shop for all our exclusive items. Want to unlock the full Ghost Encounters experience? Become a spooky VIP on Patreon. With your membership, you'll get ad-free episodes, early access, discounts on exclusive merch, and bonus content that brings you closer to the mysteries and the macabre that we explore. Ready to join our haunted community and jump into the shadows? Visit patreon.com/Ghost Encounters Podcast and take your place among the VIPs of the paranormal.
Here's a hauntingly good drink to pair while you listen to Ghost Encounters podcast. It's mead from Colony Meadery, right here in the Lehigh Valley. Mead is alcohol made from honey, and Colony Meadery crafts one-of-a-kind meads from bold and flavorful to award-winning classics. Whether you like sweet, tart, zesty, or refreshing, they have a flavor to match anyone's taste. Discover your new favorite spirit at colonymeadery.com. Looking for a marketing company that's hauntingly effective? Well, Ghost Marketing Company provides expert white label marketing for your business. They bring your brand to life with social media management, eye-catching graphics, targeted ad campaigns, and stunning photography and video production. With Ghost Marketing, you get all the benefits of a marketing team without big agency pricing. It's so good, it's scary. Are you ready to grow your business? Visit ghostmarketingco.com. That's ghostmarketingco.com. And we are back with a really cool spooky fan story. Jordan, I remember you texted the group chat and you were so excited that we got a spooky fan story. That wasn't just a written story, but we also had a video to go with it. Yeah. And they did say that we could use the video on the podcast. So for those of you who are listening, you'll be able to hear everything. But for those of you who are watching, get to see that little video clip. But the audio will still be in there. So Jordan, take it away.
Okay. So the spooky fan story starts. Hello, my name is Sean from Salem, Oregon, and I've recently found your podcast, and I am in love.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I am originally from Arizona, and when I lived there, my uncle and aunt lived in a small mining camp called Miami, I'm assuming Arizona, because they just wrote AZ, and they lived in a house that was built back in the 1920s, and they still live there.
Old house?
Yeah. There is a good amount of death that has happened in the house. We're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a good start.
There's a good amount of death that has happened in this house. For example, a man was killed execution style in the front of the house, and there was a woman found dead in the bathtub that is still in the house.
Oh shit. My God.
You guys are ballsy.
Death tub.
Yeah, and I'm just picturing The Shining right away.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
One of the first encounters I had in the house was we were about to leave to go explore the Gila County Jail?
I think you say it Gila, like
Gila,
a Gila
okay.
monster, but I don't know.
Gila, no idea.
Yeah, County Jail in Globe, Arizona. Definitely would look into it. Oh, okay.
Cool. Ooh.
Awesome.
Do some haunted jails.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. And we're all standing in the living room, and she had closed a bedroom door, and as soon as she walked away, it sounded like someone had slammed a door in the room. We immediately got spooked and went in to investigate, and there was no one in the room, nor was any of the doors open. So unexplainable noises. A lot of stuff did happen in the house, like my uncle caught someone speaking into the camera he had set up to catch things, which I did attach it, which we have that video.
So we're sure that
my uncle had a medium go into the house, and they said there was an evil spirit that attached itself to my uncle. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's not good.
A lot of stuff happened at the... Sorry, let me repeat that sentence. A lot of stuff happened at the house, and I have plenty more stories, which I want you to send us.
Yes, send more. If you have more, send them.
But this email is getting long. Stay super spooky, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing.
And for being a fan. Thank you for sharing. So... For those of you who are listening, you'll be able to hear the audio. For those of you who are watching, because you're watching on Spotify, kudos to you. I'll play the video. We're going to listen to it right now and get our reaction. But very cool. I can't wait. Let's listen.
Okay. Oh, you can hear it at the end.
Definitely hear a breathy voice. It's definitely a man.
It's hard to hear in the thing, but if you have it in your speakers, you can hear it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna play that file for everybody. I'm gonna play it again right now. Did you hear it? Did you hear the breathy man's voice? What do you think it says?
Yeah, I'm eager to hear what other people hear.
Yeah, let us know right in the comments. What do you think you hear, George?
We're not going to tell. I don't want to tell because that sways the opinion.
Yeah.
That does.
So
but
we think we hear something.
We think we hear something specific.
Yes.
But we want to know what you hear. I'll play it again one more time. So there you have it. Sean from Salem, Oregon, thank you so much for sending the spooky fan story. Thank you so much for sending this is the first time someone has sent us like
a video
with a spooky fan story. Love it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So
my friend at work,
experience.
my friend Lauren, who listens to our podcast, was like, well, you have to open the video because I refused to watch it by myself. I was like, she's like, you have to open the video. What if it's Sam Squanch? What if it's Sasquatch?
Fuck. I gotta tell you, I'm like the worst listening to EVPs. It never sounds like words. It just sounds like...
I always put Jordan on the job because she has the best ears.
Yeah, because for some reason I hear them without...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She hears them in real time.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. No. But again, Sean, thank you so much for sending this.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool. Great story. tragic house, but I mean that's where the good ghost stories come from, right?
Absolutely.
And thank you for sending the video clip. If you have any more clips, any more stories, please send them in. And for all of you listening who have not yet sent in a spooky fan story, we are waiting for yours.
What the hell,
Okay,
you
we're
guys?
here. Send your spooky fan stories. Write it up, draw it up, do a selfie video. I don't give a shit. Do whatever
Oh my
you
God,
want.
that would
Send
be
us
so
a story.
fun.
Yeah, how cool would that be? If someone does a selfie video introducing themselves
Or
and they
what
say
if
their
what
story.
if we have like inspiring like writers, people that want to start writing, and you guys want to do a blurb about a short story? Fuck yeah, we'll read that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Give
off.
us whatever.
Yeah, what if you have a ghost story that you wrote yourself, just like Jordan said? Yeah, we'll read that. That's cool.
Heck yeah.
I love books.
And we love to support horror artists.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, spooky artists. Mm-hmm. Always. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please share it around. I am so happy that we have reached as far as, we had someone from California and
we had Australia.
Oregon. Yeah, Australia. We did have someone
we
from
have one,
Australia.
yeah.
That was wild. So we are getting around.
Yeah, I love it.
And we don't even need a haunted car to do so.
Thank God we're not doing so in a haunted car.
I
We'd be
wouldn't know
fucking
what
dead.
would happen to me in a haunted car. I think I would fly out mid-drive.
You would be the person who owns the car for like 35 years, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck anybody's talking about. My car didn't do anything.
Somebody gets in it, dead.
Immediate death. Strangled by seatbelt. Car bursts into flames. We're in a ditch. The wheels fell off.
Oh god.
Anyway. Her imagination is wild. I love it.
It's oh god, it's my worst case scenario brain. It's having an is it an imagination or is it just every worst case scenario?
Something that's possible. It's possible.
All right, on that note, make sure you buckle up. Be safe out there on the road. Okay, people? That's all the time we have for today. Stay spooky.
Always practice safe driving.
And call Mike Dash to debunk.
Oh no.